Welcome to the RX at Sea podcast, episode 001. And in this episode, we're going to look at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, Royal Caribbean's private destination island. What is Coco Cay? What's complimentary and what's included in your cruise? What does this mean for Coco Cay and Labadee, as well as other private island destinations for Royal Caribbean? This week's episode is your behind-the-scenes look at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Well, let's get into it because we have a lot to cover. If you are a cruise lover like myself, Coco Cay is the new announcement from Royal Caribbean. And so the first thing you're going to see when you walk into Perfect Day at Coco Cay is the galleon. It's going to be a large interactive play structure reminiscent of a pirate ship. So when I look at the pictures, I think of a pirate ship. It's going to be the first thing that welcomes guests into the park. There is no height. There is no age restriction. So I'm going to be right on that structure, sliding down and having myself a blast. Now, the next segment of Coco Cay is going to be South Bay. This is for the active traveler. This is for the runner, the yogis. South Bay, you can get off the ship early. They're going to have morning stretching, yoga, Zumba, paddle boarding, glass bottom boats that you can use. I love this area. So if you're feeling like you want to be active, South Bay at Coco Cay is going to be for you. South Bay has 3 bars. The South Bay Bar, the Sand Trap Bar, and a floating bar just offshore. You're going to be able to get complimentary burgers and fries here at the Snack Shack. Now, of course, there's an additional fee because South Bay will have 5 TP cabanas and additional day beds that you can get for an additional cost. So this is kind of reminiscent of what we know now at Coco Cay, where there's over-the-water cabanas, then there's day beds, and usually those are additional costs. So South Bay has those cabanas and day beds for you to use. Then we move on to the Thrill Water Park. Now the Thrill Water Park will be at the entrance. It is an entrance fee. It is an extra cost. And when I get the pricing, you'll be the first to know. It's going to have the tallest slide in North America at 135 feet. I don't know if I have the courage to get on that. That is going to be something. Then we have the Green Mamba, which is an aqua tube slide. And Thrill Water Park is boasting the biggest wave pool in the Caribbean. And I can't wait to see it. The Thrill Water Park area is going to have an obstacle course pool as well as 13 additional slides. I absolutely love it. So now for the VIP and luxury traveler. I like to consider myself a luxury traveler, but I don't know how the Coco Beach Club at Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Try to say that 10 times fast. So the Coco Beach Club it's going to be an additional charge, and it's going to be for the high-end luxury traveler that's looking to be away from the crowds. It's going to have the water cabanas, beach cabanas as well. It's going to have a beachfront infinity pool, as well as it's going to be reminiscent of Bora Bora. Every one of the cabanas has a mini bar and holds up to 6 guests as well as an attendant, and you'll be able to you can use the mini bar or you can go up to the tiki bar in these cabanas. So the Coco Cay Beach Club, every cabana is going to have its own attendant, which is amazing. So think of like a royal genie, but when you leave the Coco Cay Beach Club, it doesn't follow you onto the ship. You can get your spa services here. You can get a beach bed. You can get your over-the-water cabanas. And one of the good things that they stressed about Coco Cay Beach Club is it has its own restrooms. So once you get into this area, you don't have to leave because it has everything you need right there. So Now we're going to go on to the hot air balloon. Now, I don't know if you remember, before the North Star that we see now in some of the big Oasis class ships, Royal Caribbean did try to put a hot air balloon on the back of the ships. Yes, I'm giving you insider information. However, the lead for the hot air balloon broke and the balloon just went into the sky. And so they realized that was not a good thing for the ship, but that's what they did with Perfect Day at Coco Cay. And they're calling it Up, Up and Away. Up, Up and Away is 400 feet above Coco Cay, a hot air balloon. It's going to be a signature attraction at Coco Cay. The ride is going to be able to hold 30 people, and it's going to be 10 minutes. And I'm thinking, if you are a blogger, a vlogger, you are a photographer, this is where you're going to want to get your panoramic view of the Bahamas. 360 degrees, 400 feet up, is going to have some, amazing cabanas. Then we have Oasis Lagoon. Oasis Lagoon is for the family, for the kids, for the young, active traveler. It's going to be a family area, and it's boasting the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean. There's different coves that you can swim up to. They have a swim up bar, and they have 3 little islands that you can kind of check out. Again, complimentary food here. You can go to the snack shack. And there's plenty of seating around the lagoon. Just your regular beach day bed lounge chairs. Now for me, I may not be in this area a lot. It is a kid area. I am going to probably be in the South Beach and Coco Cay area. That's where I feel I'm going to be based on the pictures and the descriptions. Now, there is restaurants and dining on Coco Cay. So some of the restaurants is Harborside Dining. That's what it's called. It's going to be the Harborside area of Coco Cay. And they're going to have the Skipper's Grill, which is complimentary. You can get your salads and your grilled foods here. It's going to have self-serve beer, of course, at an additional charge. And I would love to see how they're going to tie in the drink packages. And does your all-inclusive drink package work at Coco Cay? And how does that affect the Star Class guests where everything is included? And as soon as I know that information, I'm going to share it with you because I want to know the answer to that too. So in the Harborside area, you're going to have Captain Jack's. And that's also near arrivals. And that's where you're going to have live music. And in this area, the menu is only one thing. So when you think Captain Jack's at Coco Cay, think chicken and French fries. That's all they're going to have. And the chicken wings are going to be of different sauces. So you go there, chicken and fries. That's all you can get there. It's going to be a la carte pricing based on what you choose. But I can't wait to see what they do with that. I myself love wings, so I might have to try that out. So now we're going to go on to Splashaway Bay. To me, I think of this as well as a kids area, family area. It is complimentary. It's going to have 5 water slides. It's going to have an aqua park. It's going to be great for children and children young and old because there's no height requirements and no height restrictions. So I might have to go check it out. May not stay there for a long time. Now, well, we know when we look at the private islands for Royal Caribbean, Labadee has a zip line. Coco Cay does not have a zip line. Perfect Day at Coco Cay has a zip line. The zip line is going to crisscross Coco Cay. It's going to be 600 feet in the air. It's going to crisscross Coco Cay. And what's different about this zip line is it ends in 2 areas, and that's up to you. So you can end in the harbor where you start your zip line, and when you end, you are in the water. Or you can end on the dry platform. And Royal Caribbean is boasting that this is the only zip line in the Bahamas that can actually, where you end in the water. I'm excited to try that. Great videos and pictures if you do the zip line. Then we have the Chill Island and Chill Grill area. And this is going to be located as soon as you come in. And it's going to have the largest dining venue on Coco Cay. There's going to be complimentary grab and go options. Of course, it's going to have 2 bars, and the bars are named Wacky Seagull and Wacky Seagull Jr. And Royal Caribbean is boasting that they have a signature drink called the Coco Loco. They haven't said what's in it, but I'm excited to see what they come up with. In this area, you can rent snorkeling equipment at an additional charge and jet skis at an additional charge, as well as they're going to have shaded picnic tables. I am excited for Perfect Day. So I've given you all the inside scoop. You know what's going to happen at Perfect Day. You know about the entrance, the galleon, the activity area in South Bay, the Thrill Water Park, Cocoa Beach, which I'm excited for, the private beach club that is extra, VIP all the way, the Up and Away hot air balloon, the Oasis Lagoon, which is the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean, and then the restaurants, Harborside Dining, Captain Jack, Skipper's Grill, and Splashaway Bay, which is going to be for the kids. Love it, love it, love it. And the zip line. In this part of the podcast, we keep you up to date on cruise and travel news. This week, Royal Caribbean debuted the largest ship in the world, Symphony of the Seas. She sailed out of France after 36 months of construction, and she boasts new culinary experiences for Royal Caribbean Oasis class ships. She will have Hooked Seafood Restaurant, Playmaker Sports Bar, El Loco Fresh Restaurant, and Sugar Beach. Norwegian Bliss announced the first ship that is custom built for the Alaskan cruise experience. Norwegian Bliss is the newest ship for Norwegian Cruise Line, and she sailed out of Germany on March of 2018. She will eventually arrive in Seattle, Washington, where she will offer 7-day Alaskan cruises throughout the summer. Carnival Cruise Line announced the newest ship, Carnival Horizon, has a godmother. None other than Grammy Award-winning musical artist Queen Latifah. Latifah will participate in the ship's official naming ceremony, as well as the invitation-only overnight gala on board Carnival Horizon that took place in New York City on May 23rd of 2018. And that's the weekly wrap-up for cruise and travel news this week on the RX at Sea podcast. This is the part of the episode where I want to hear from you. Yes, you. Are you an avid cruiser? Avid traveler? What do you think about the new Coco Cay edition? This is where I get to answer your emails and we get to talk about it right here. This is your opportunity. So email me, rxatsea@gmail.com. That's rx@sea@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Well, that's going to wrap up this episode of RX at Sea, the first ever episode of RX at Sea. Subscribe and listen to RX at Sea podcast on your favorite podcast and listening apps. Till next time, I'm your host, Neka, RX at Sea, and I'm discovering the world with you, one prescription at a time. We'll talk again soon.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.